during this quarantine time, I'm still trying to stay out on the water when I can, when it doesn't put anything at risk. You know, I'm trying to minimize all my risks, but I still want to get out on the water, much like everybody else does. So here's a couple of things that Lulu and I are doing to try to do our part, but yet do what we want to love. You know, if we're home, we have a little time off, I want to go fishing, I want to go crappie fishing. So a couple of things that her and I started doing to try to be responsible outdoorsmen as we go each and every day, because we want to go fish. We want to go fish. So it's exactly what we say at Bass: you got to live smart and fish smart. So here's a couple of things that her and I do to try to minimize human contact when we can. Step number one, buy a case of water. We take the empty water bottles. So when I want to go fishing like tomorrow, I'll start tonight and I'll fill up some old water bottles from the sink and I'll freeze them in the freezer. Throw 4 or 5 of them in there, man. It's great. Put them in a cooler. Keeps me from having to buy ice at the store. Step number two, we usually cook at night. Like if we cook on Monday, we try to cook enough food, meat, burgers, chicken fingers, chicken tenders, whatever we got, to go through Wednesday or Thursday. So get up in the mornings, I pack my lunch. Her and I make wraps, chicken wraps, sandwiches. What we're trying to do is minimize going in that store. That's the second thing we do. Third thing we do is we always kind of like to minimize time at the gas station. I don't want to go in every day. I don't want to do things. And gas is too cheap. One thing I think we can do that her and I started doing is we fill the boat and truck up. If we go there, I pack that Phoenix full. What that does is it keeps me from going every trip. I don't have to go there. And what I've also started doing is I won't fish all over the lake. I'll go somewhere and just put the boat in and fish. So I may be able to go 4 or 5 trips on a full tank of gas. So I reduce my gas station visits, tremendously. So I take my own ice. I got all my waters at home. I pack my own lunch. I even look for boat ramps, like around home. I look for boat ramps that doesn't have anybody working there, where I don't have to have any contact. Even at Smith Lake, like at Duncan Bridge, I can put the $10 in the box. I can put my boat in. I haven't come in contact with anybody. I also like step 3 and 4, pick that ramp and then try to park away from people. I know that sounds silly, but I park away from people. Just park away. I don't try to park right on top of people. 2 times a day, I think you need to look at ramping that I've seen. Dumping the boat in is before sunrise or right at sunrise is a great time. It's not as crowded. Sometimes right at lunch on the weekdays, there's not as many people there. So I'm trying to reduce contact at all times out on the water. Reduce it, stop, I don't want to do it. One of the most important steps is when I'm at the gas station, I'm trying to wear some type of glove. When I'm at that gas pump, I'm trying to wear something. And I know what I wear in my truck, somebody's probably gonna say, hey, that ain't proper. Hey, I'm trying anything I got. So if a pair of work gloves, I keep them in my truck. When I get out and pump gas, I slide those gloves on. I fill my tank up. I slide them gloves off. I get my hand sanitizer out. I clean my hands up real good. I'm doing everything I can. I try not to even carry my phone if I have to go in the store. I don't carry my cell phone. I don't want it with me because I don't want it on it. And if I have to, where to stagger in the store with it on, I'm going to get out, hand sanitize my hands, and then my phone. I want to do my part as an outdoorsman to try to remedy and do my part for the coronavirus. This Corona-19, it ain't going to get us. I just want to do my part and be safe, but I also want to continue to fish just like everybody else. And I want Alabama to keep the waterways open. I want all the other states to let us have a little bit of something we enjoy during this hard time fishing. So all anglers out there, that's just a few things that I do to keep me out there and try to reduce contact. I try not to be involved and I don't want to park in any crowds, but I do want to go fishing. So maybe this helps you guys. It's just simple tips from the farm, a little thinking out front, reduce contact, and fish smart, live smart. What would that be? Live smart, fish smart. I think if you fish smart and live smart, you catch big ones. But if you live smart, fish smart, you're gonna live to fish again. So that's what we're shooting for. Let's live smart, fish smart. We're gonna be back out on the water before you know it, but until then, it's COVID-19. You ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna win.